Hey, what's going on? It is Steph here from stephjking.com, coming to you from beautiful Brisbane, Australia. Today, I'm going to do a video on 21 small ways to help the environment. Welcome back. This week we are celebrating World Environment Day on the 5th of June. So I thought it would be a great idea to sit down and record a bit of a video on some simple ways that you could implement into your own life on how you can help our home, aka Earth. So I have plenty of things that I've implemented into my own life that I wanted to share with you. Now, personally, for me, I wasn't really into like zero waste or even recycling when I was younger. I'm not too sure. We did do a little bit of recycling, but it wasn't until about 6-7 years ago I met my partner and he was quite into recycling. So we became a house that recycled, which was really good. And then in the last 6 to 12 months, I've kind of been getting more serious about it. So I've started to eliminate the plastic in our home and replacing that with things that we can reuse or things that can be easily recyclable or can biodegrade. So I just wanted to share with you a few of the things that I'm currently doing or that I'm working towards. And if you can just, if you do all of them, great. If not, just pick a couple. And these are things that you can do over a period of time. It's not something that you can just like click your fingers and it all happen in one go, like the witch, the woman that used to, Bewitched, that was it, Bewitched, where she wiggled her nose and things would just happen. Unfortunately, we're not witches. Oh well. All right, so let's dive straight into it. Number one, and I'm sure you've heard this over and over again, and that is to get a reusable water bottle. So I have this one here. I actually have 2 of these in my house and I take it everywhere. So I prefer to get these stainless steel ones because it's like a thermos, so you can actually keep cold water really cold for a long period of time, and you can also keep hot water hot for a long period of time as well. And I keep this everywhere with me. I literally have it with me at home wherever I am in the house. Whenever I'm leaving the house, I make sure I fill it up. I throw it in my bag. It's in my car with me. Even if I'm going to a party or a friend's house, sometimes if I am at a party, people will look at me weird because here I am sipping out of a stainless steel water bottle and they're all drinking alcohol. The life of someone that doesn't drink. Number 2 is to get yourself a keep cup. Now this is something to use instead of the plastic cups when you go to get a takeaway tea or coffee. Now the plastic cups that we do get from coffee shops, you can't actually recycle those. There's like this film on the inside of it to help with it to hold the fact that it has like hot water in it, so you can't actually recycle those. So the best thing that you can do is go get yourself a keep cup and carry it with you. So this one, I just absolutely loved it. I saw it in a store and I was just like, I thought about it for like a couple of days afterwards and I'm like, I'm gonna have to go back and get me that cup. But there's all different kinds of ones. You can get glass ones, cork ones. This one's plastic, but it is recyclable, which I absolutely love. So I just take that with me if I do need a coffee or a tea or anything like that. I just use this. And yeah, this one's super cute. You can get different sizes as well. So you can get small ones. This one's about a medium to large, and then you can get even bigger ones as well. Whilst we're on the topic of drinks, replace your straws with one of these bad boys. So this is a stainless steel drinking straw. Now you can get this in stainless steel, glass or bamboo. I obviously prefer the stainless steel. I would hate it if I chucked this into my bag and it was glass and it just shattered everywhere. Not that I've heard that from happening, but you never know. And with these, you can also get one of these that you can actually clean it out with. So you can literally take this anywhere. I have like a whole bunch of them sitting at home. I don't really use straws when I do go out, so that's not a problem. But if you are someone that does drink with straws, then this is very easy just to chuck in your bag. All right, number 4. I'm sure you've heard this plenty of times before. See the rhyme? Anyway, Get rid of all your plastic bags and start to use reusable bags. I have this one, which I absolutely love. It's made out of like the Hessian bag material. It's really, really sturdy. So I have a whole bunch of these in my car. So when I do go grocery shopping, I don't use plastic bags at all. And even if I'm going to the shops and I need something, I'll probably just take this with me as well instead of having put it into a plastic bag. Or alternatively, if it is something small, I just chuck it into my handbag or I carry it. So just say no to plastic bags. There's just thousands and thousands of like these massive piles of plastic bags sitting in our oceans. It's so horrible and so bad for our earth and animals. Whilst we're on the shopping topic, get rid of using those little plastic bags that you find in your grocery store as well, that you put like your fruit and vegetables in. Instead, grab yourself like produce bags. So these are the ones that I have that I just picked up at my local organic store. You can get them online, sometimes at your health food store. So I have like 5 of these, and these will replace those plastic bags. So you can chuck your fruit in here, you can put your vegetables in here, anything like things that are gonna like roll around that you can't just chuck into your cart or into your basket. It could be like some avocados, tomatoes, whatever it is that you need that you don't want to put into those little plastic bags. Grab yourself some produce bags instead. So once I come back from shopping, it is on to the next step, which is using glass instead of plastic. So this took me a little while to do. I had a whole heap of plastic containers in my pantry filled with like dry food. And what I did was I slowly started either recycling jars that I had used. So I'd washed them out, I'd cleaned the label off, and I just reused them, or I went out and bought some glass jars if I actually needed them. So my whole pantry now, instead of having those plastic containers, everything is now in glass jars. Number 7, and this is going to help with your organization, with saving money. Actually, a lot of these points are going to help with saving money as well and reducing waste. But this one's a big one where instead of going out to do your grocery shopping and not really having a plan of attack, and you buy all this food and then at the end of the week you hardly ate what you had actually purchased, so half of it goes into the bin. Write down a list of exactly what it is that you're going to eat that week, and then what you need for each of those meals, and then just be prepared. Just have that plan in place. Go out and try to buy in bulk food sources if you can. So for example, there's a place here that I go to that's local to me called the Source Bulk Foods. You pretty much just walk into the shop and it's just got all these items that you would normally use. So it has things like even just chocolate, like they have chocolate covered strawberries, they have almond meal, chia seeds, coconut flour, tapioca flour, whole heap of nuts and seeds. They've also got liquids. So they have kombucha on tap that you can just put into a glass bottle. You've also got laundry products that you can reuse, honey, hemp oil, extra virgin olive oil, just anything that you would normally use in that sense. Most of the time this shop has it. So if you are in Australia, they are across all the different states. So definitely check it out. It's the Source Bulk Foods. Alternatively, there are some other companies out there that also do the same thing, and they're very focused on doing what they can for the environment as well. So you walk in, you determine what it is that you need. They have paper bags there which can be biodegradable and recyclable. So you can actually use them in your recycling bin, or you can actually use them in your compost. And then you fill up your bags, or you can take your own jars and fill up your jars as well. All right, number 8 is using a silicone baking mat instead of parchment paper. You can also use recyclable or reusable little silicone muffin trays, or even the little individual muffin items as well that you can sit into your aluminium trays to make up muffins. So instead of buying those ones that you can't really recycle, get these ones and you can just chuck them in your dishwasher and they can be nice and clean for you to reuse the next day or the next week whenever you need them. Number 9 is to replace your plastic wrap with beeswax wraps. And you can get different sizes for these, so you can get them small. So if you have like half an avocado and you want to wrap it up for later, you can use the beeswax wraps. Or if you have a container left over with food and you want to put that into the fridge for later, you can also use it as well. So what it is, it's just like a beeswax paper. It's handmade, and you can use the heat of your hands to manipulate it to how you need it to go. Number 10 is say no to plastic cutlery and any napkins. So if you are going to eat out and you're going to get takeout, then when you are ordering, just let them know that you don't need cutlery and to not put any napkins into your bag either. And if you want to go that next step, is that you may actually want to take your own containers with you and ask them to prepare the food and put it into those containers instead of you getting those plastic crappy little containers that you may get. Number 11 might seem simple, but it's to make sure that you have recycling bins in your home. So I'm the type of person that we do have different bins, one for non-recycling, one for recycling. And if we have people over and I notice that they're throwing in items into the recycling that shouldn't be there, I will literally go in and clean that bin out later. Because what we don't understand is if we put an item that's not washed or can contaminate other items in that bin, whilst our recyclables do get sorted, sometimes one item can actually contaminate that whole bin or a whole heap of other stuff that could have been. So it's really important that we keep things in the recycling bin that are supposed to be there. I do suggest that you jump on Google and just search what is recyclable in your area, so whether it's your suburb, your state, or your country, and then just make sure that you're recycling everything you possibly can. And just remember that we need to be washing out anything that we're putting into that bin, particularly when people are actually sorting through our recycling items. So just be nice and wash it out, and just make sure that if you are throwing any broken items in there, that nothing is in there that could potentially hurt anyone. Number 12 is to make sure that you compost, whether you do it yourself or whether you get a compost bin and then you can actually donate it to your local community garden or your farmer, or you can actually get some pickup services where people will come around and pick up your compost items. So food scraps is a good one, obviously fruit, vegetables, that kind of thing, some paper, newspaper, anything like that. Just jump on Google again and just have a look to see what can be used in a compost, and just have a separate bin for those items in your house as well. It's good for the soil and it's good for our earth. And what we don't realize is half the stuff that goes into our landfill, I think over 50% of the things that we put in our landfill can actually be turned into compost. Number 13 is to use a tea strainer. So this is something that I've just implemented recently. I went out and bought this bad boy, and instead of buying tea bags at my grocery store, I now go out and buy loose leaf tea, and I just put the tea into my strainer, I place it into my cup, and I just let it sit. Number 14 is a new thing for me as well. We got rid of those horrible plastic dish scrubbers in our kitchen sink, and we invested in one of those biodegradable scrubbers. So this is made out of wood, and this head here can actually be replaced, and this is completely biodegradable. So we just invested in this recently. Seems to be working pretty well so far, and it's a lot better than that dirty little plastic scrubber that we used to have. Number 15 is to replace your paper towel with absorbent cloths. So things like these. Number 16 is to make your own cleaning products. And not only is this good for the earth, but it's good for you and your kids and your pets. So you're actually removing the toxins from your home. So you pretty much need some baking powder, white vinegar, water, and some essential oils, and you can just make your own products. So I have a multi-purpose one here. I have a glass cleaner. I've also got some baking powder in here that I use for the bathrooms, and I just use them in these reusable glass bottles. Pretty simple. Number 17 is some quick wins around the house. So no longer buying tissues, instead use some handkerchiefs. There's also, instead of using those napkins that you just throw out, get some cloth napkins that you can just wash and reuse over and over again. Same with anything that you want to use with your cleaning products. So you want to be using like microfiber cloths. So I have a whole bunch of these around the house. I use them in my kitchen, in the bathroom. I use it to mop up spills. And what you can do is you can color code them. So you don't want to use your bathroom cloth in your kitchen, of course. So just make sure you're using different colors. Number 18 is to go digital. So no more paper mail. Get a sticker for your mailbox to say no junk mail, so people don't put in there any of the rubbish or the junk that comes in. And also ring up all your providers or anyone that you think would be sending you mail and make sure that you've opted in to receive it via email. Most companies should be doing this by now. If they're not, they are so behind in the times. All right, number 19, let's get rid of those makeup wipes that you use once and throw out and get ourselves a nice cotton face wash. So I have a couple of these that I use in the shower each night, and these are great if you want to remove any of the makeup off your face. So I just leave these in the shower each night. When I jump in, I just wash them and I use this instead of a makeup remover, and then I cleanse my face after that as well. I do have a couple because what I do is I do keep them in the shower, and then every couple of days I just swap them out, and then you just wash them and reuse them, and I absolutely love these. This one I got from Salus Body. I will leave a link for all of these things in the description. Number 20 is for the ladies, and that's to invest in a Diva cup or similar, and also either period panties or the cotton inserts that you can use that are very similar to pads. The average woman will use 240 tampons each year, which is over 9,600 in a lifetime for just one woman, and all of this goes into our landfill and sometimes can actually go into our waterways as well, which is not nice at all. So the best thing for us to do is actually use items that we can reuse over and over again. So the Diva cup is super simple. You can just wash it out after every use. With the period panties and the inserts, the cotton inserts, you can obviously wash those as well and reuse them over and over again. Not only is this going to be better for our environment, but these are actually better for our bodies as well. And the final one, last but not least, is to buy secondhand and also donate or resell your items when you're done with them. So I think just in general, if we can just stop buying so much stuff, that's obviously going to help. But if we do have things that we do need to buy, just jump on like Facebook Market or one of your local buy, sell and trade website and just look for items that you can buy secondhand. The more that we can just reuse what we currently have, the better. There's some stats out there that it actually takes over 2,600 liters of water. So that's pretty much 22 bathtubs of water just to make one single cotton t-shirt. That's insane. So I think the best thing to do is just to be more conscious when we are actually buying items. Do we actually need it? If it's something we've lost, maybe we just take a little bit more time to look for that item. And like I said, just, see if you can buy secondhand. And then when you are done with the items, just if they're in good quality, just either on-sell them or donate it to your local, be the Salvation Army or whatever's closest to you. And then that way we can just be reusing items instead of always buying new and making our environment a worse place because of that. So there you have it. There's a lot of things there on small ways that we can help the environment. So I hope you did get value and that you're going to implement a couple of those. If there's anything that you do that I didn't already mention in the video, I would love to hear about it. So please leave me a comment below. If you did enjoy the video, then let me know by giving it a thumbs up. It does support my channel. And also if you are new, then make sure you go click that subscribe button and tick that notification bell. I am uploading 3 videos each week at the moment. Anyway, have an awesome day or evening wherever you are in this beautiful world. Make sure we take care of Mother Earth and you and everyone else here. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.